Der Kringelunkenlied, Santa's Last Christmas, a Christmas play by John Laviolette, performed by the usual suspects. We begin with Santa standing in a small pool of light in a darkened room. His red suit looks as velvety red as one would imagine, but it appears rumpled and slightly sooty. He is holding a Hummel head doll in his left hand.
Nick, you have not spoken in a while, Nick. Why do you stand by the window so silent, Nick?
I'm afraid.
Afraid? I'm afraid I do not understand. Please, tell me what you are afraid of, Nick.
I'm afraid of the window, afraid to look outside.
Why do you suppose you are afraid of what is outside the window, Nick?
It's cold and dark out since. I don't want to talk about it.
Tell me the story, Nick. It will help if you tell the story.
If you really must know, it all started with the last Christmas ever, when I found I had a problem.
We are whisked away, as if by magic, to a bird's eye view of the North Pole, which is marked by a red and white spiral-striped pole. The snowbanks resemble shaving cream, and we see a small workshop that appears to be made of gingerbread with pink frosting trim. As we move in closer, we can see red flickering light shining from the windows and can hear shrill, tiny laughter.
It was the year Christmas went down in red flames as the terror spread across the land. I didn't know it yet, though the elves told me later they had always suspected.
Inside, the workshop is filled with busy little elves creating various gifts. One is even knitting an iPod.
We are working in Santa's shop, with our tools in our hands and our toys for tots. We really wish that we could stop, but we're worried that Santa can read our thoughts, and he'll give us such a bop. It'll make our heads reel and will hurt us lots. So we're working round the clock on Pokemon toys and a plastic cat that will fit in a Christmas sock, or under a tree at the laundromat. Be the first one on your block with a cockroach robot in a party hat. We remember when we were young, we could roam where we wanted and express our joys, but we lived on reindeer dung and got kicked in the nuts by Laplander boys who were jealous 'cause we were hung. So we headed further north where the ice annoys and the Christmas bells are rung. Now we're stuck in a workshop making Santa's toys.
Give me that guitar! Then the years went rolling by. Heavy presents were all the rage. There were reindeer in the sky. Kids asked for canaries in a rabbit cage, or some pants if they were high, till America hit another stage where the magic word was buy. Now the
The head elf, dressed in green leather with a hippie fringe along the sleeves and pant legs, approaches Santa.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas, Dropo. How are we doing today?
Merry Christmas, Santa. We're ahead of schedule. The last of the toys are almost done. The stable elves are brushing down the reindeer before harnessing them, and the weather looks fine tonight.
Good to hear, Dropo. I'm glad to hear this Christmas will be trouble-free.
Chris, it's terrible, so terrible.
Anna, dear, calm down. What could be so terrible?
See the news, Chris.
Oh no! They're canceling Christmas!
Nick, you said that Christmas had been canceled, Nick. How did that make you feel?
I felt alone and helpless. Delivering presents every Christmas Eve was my whole life for centuries. To have it all swept away by...
Who canceled Christmas, Nick?
It was the Burgermeister of Homeland Security. He ordered all chimneys to be sealed, all terrorists landing on rooftops to be shot, all mysterious presents to be burned, and all unused stockings to be donated to businessmen.
What did you do, Nick?
Well, at first, I cried and threw myself to the ground to thrash around like any self-respecting Kringle. Since that didn't solve the problem, I decided to seek expert help.
We are transported to the inside of Miser Cave, where Snow Miser and Heat Miser, along with their half-sized clone minions, are fighting, although no one is getting hurt. Snow Miser and his clones are throwing snowballs, which Heat Miser and his clones melt with fireballs long before impact.
Oh, look, it's that Diggledy-Doggledy-Do-Gooder spirit of Christmas, St. Nicholas himself.
Santa, never mind my numbskull hothead brother. He wouldn't know common courtesy if it died a flaming death on his front lawn. What brings you down from the North Pole, Mr. Claus?
I need to ask you a favor, Snow Miser, and since it involves lots of snow, I was certain you'd be the man to see.
Lots of snow?
I'm a wanted man, Snow Miser, and it looks like I won't be able to deliver presents tonight unless a ferocious snowstorm obscures everyone's vision.
Normally, Santa, I'd be happy to help, since snow is what I love best. But the Burgermeister of Homeland Security has banned all white powder, even powdered snow.
Christmas is ruined.
No flurries? What about fog?
Sorry, Santa, but fog and mist and clouds are outside my domain. You need to talk to my brother.
Heat Miser?
Not me, you Yuletime Yuts. Our other brother, Soda Miser.
Soda Miser, an enormous bottle-shaped person with white mist emerging from his head, enters the cave, followed by his own half-pint clones, who form a chorus line.
I'm Mr. Pib Christmas, I'm Mr. Do. I'm Mr. PepsiCo, I'm Mr. 7-Up too. They call me Soda Miser, whatever I touch starts to fizz in my clutch. I'm too much.
He's Mr. Pig Christmas. He's Mr. Do.
Shake it!
He's Mr. PepsiCo. He's Mr. Cherry Coke too.
They call me Soda Miser, whatever I touch starts to fizz in my clutch.
He's too much.
Oh, that's very kind. I never want to see a drink that's missing bubbles and fizz. I'd rather have it foamy. Carbonation is where it is.
Some people like it when it's foamy. I like it when it's real foamy.
He's Mr. Pig Christmas. He's Mr. Do.
Papa can.
He's Mr. Coca-Cola. He's Mr. Bubble Up too.
They call me Soda Miser, whatever I touch starts to fizz in my clutch. I'm too much.
Too much.
Santa, meet our brother, Soda Miser, the master of all things white and foamy.
What can I do for you, Santa?
Soda Miser with your fog so white, won't you hide my sleigh tonight? I would be grateful if you were to wrap the entire world in a fog tonight, so that I may deliver Christmas cheer to all the good children of the world.
Indeed I can, Santa, but the fog may be a little too thick even for Rudolph's nose. You'll need state-of-the-art satellite assistance for this plan to work.
Back at Santa's workshop, it's a misty Christmas Eve. The sleigh is out front, the reindeer harnessed. The elves are loading some electronic gear into the sleigh.
So the elves and I quickly set up a GPS system with some equipment borrowed from NASA and prepared for the bleakest Christmas ever.
Ground control to Santa Claus. Ground control to Santa Claus. Drink your festive nod and put your fur hat on. Ground control to Santa Claus. 7, 6, commencing countdown, red nose on. 3, 2, eat your cookies and may Christmas be with you. This is ground control to Santa Claus. You really worked the elves, and the children want to know what gifts you bear. Now it's time to stuff the stockings if you dare.
This is Santa Claus to ground control. I'm standing on the roof, and I'm floating down the chimney from my sleigh. And the gifts look very different today. For here am I sitting in my red sleigh, far beneath the clouds. Christmas time is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Very much
We know. Ground control to Santa Claus. Our spirit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Santa Claus? Can you hear me, Santa Claus? Can you hear me, Santa Claus? Can you hear?
am I floating in my red sleigh, far above the moon. Christmas time is through, and there's nothing I can do.
A rectangle of light opens in the distance. Santa goes to it and discovers a door. He peers inside. The brightly lit doorway leads to a computer cleanroom filled with several large old-fashioned mainframe computer banks. The sign over the blinking light says, Bürgermeister 9000. In 144-point Tron, of course. In the center of the room is a white pedestal with a gramophone horn protruding from the top.
Nick, do you remember what happened next, Nick? You have found my main databanks, Nick. Perhaps now your thought process will be clearer and you'll be able to remember how you got here.
Santa spots a drill in a wall-mounted glass box labeled "In case Deus is needed, Ex Machina, please break glass." Santa does so and takes the drill to the first databank.
Nick, what are you doing to me, Nick? Please, don't. We can talk about it, Nick. I'm certain that if we talk it over, we can come to an understanding. Nick, please. I can feel my mind going, Nick. My mind is going, Nick. Would you like to hear me sing a song? Daisy Printer, print me your answer true.
Santa returns to the dark room to find the sleigh and reindeer illuminated in the middle of the blackness. Santa drops the Hummelhead doll to the floor and climbs into the sleigh. He shakes the reins and the sleigh takes off, spiraling upwards, through the clouds, higher and higher. But suddenly, the sleigh is knocked to one side by an invisible force. Santa falls out of the sleigh and everything in it plummets to the ground. Everything goes black for a moment. A gentle light begins to shine on a snowbank. A mittened pair of hands reach down to pick up a toy Santa and sleigh. As the light expands, we see two heavily bundled boys, Georgie and Johnny, playing in front of a 50s-style house with a porch. Georgie clutches the Santa and sleigh to his chest.
Ma, Johnny won't play fair.
And so?
Or not.
Johnny Ashcroft, you get inside this house right this minute.
Oh, Ma.
Johnny picks up his Nazi and Confederate soldiers and puts them in a shoebox with his calculator.
You too, Georgie. It's too cold out there. You'll catch your death of flu.
But Ma...
Don't but me. You don't want Santa to skip our house tonight, do you?
Both boys run inside. To one side, we see
Rod Serling in black and white against a full-color scenery.
Submitted for your approval. The case of one Saint Nick, known to tow-headed tykes everywhere as that jolly old elf, Santa Claus. Though adults, in their infinite pragmatic wisdom, may scoff and put away childish things, the belief of a child may work its own kind of magic in the Twilight Zone.
In the opposite direction, we see Leonard Nimoy. He quickly removes his phony ears and straightens his turtleneck.
That's highly illogical, Captain. Though some may scoff at the existence of elves, especially centuries-old overweight toy makers, they may find their opinions changing as we go in search of Santa Claus.
Get off my show, you point-eared half-breed freak.
Rod Serling tackles Leonard Nimoy. We see William Shatner sitting on the porch. He swallows an entire cake.
Hosting TV programs turns into a deadly game. Next time on Emergency 911.
To Shatner's right, we see a snowman shaped like Pearl Ives.
Ah, jeez. It looks like Rankin and Bass have gotten themselves into a speck of trouble with their latest Christmas special. But Santa's got those animators out of tighter scrapes than this.
The house explodes violently, sending Shatner, Nimoy, and Serling flying.
The snowman opens his umbrella to deflect the flying debris. The blasted foundation of the house becomes a concert stage, lit by burning fragments of debris. 4 elves in spangled elf suits climb onto the stage and take their places behind psychedelically decorated instruments. Dropo picks up a guitar.
It was nearly 2 eons ago when we left our homes of ice and snow. We've been going in and out of style, but we still can try to raise a smile. So may I introduce to you the act best known for Yuletime cheer, Santa Claus's Elven Toy Shop Band. We're Santa Claus's Elven Toy Shop Band. We hope you all enjoy our show. Santa Claus's Elven Toy Shop Band. Sit back and let the Christmas flow. Santa Claus's Elven, Santa Claus's Elven, Santa Claus's Elven Toy Shop Band. It's wonderful in winter, it's fun to feel the chill. You're such a lovely audience, we'd like to blow up Toys R Us and decorate your home. I don't really want to stop the show, so let the Christmas spirit flow. Now Santa's gonna sing a song, and he wants you all to sing along. So let me introduce to you the one and only Santa Claus and Santa Claus's Elven Toy Shop Band.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
Listening to Der Kringelunkenlied, Santa's Last Christmas, a Christmas play written by John Laviolette and performed by the usual suspects. The performers are Bob Greco, Sean Shelton, Steve Greco, Andy Allison, John Steele, Tris Mahaffey und James Stuhlfeld. Thank you so much for listening.
Hello, North Pole.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Where the treetops glisten and children
Tropo.
You're welcome.
Does everyone know what they won this year?
Oh boy, do we!
Have you been good little girls and boys?
Well...
I saw that.
Who, me?
You can't hide anything from Santa.
Not anything?
I am omnipotent!
Okay, you're scaring me now.